Hi, welcome Innovation360. In this session, I am going to demonstrate you how quickly you can install ERPNext version 15. So, let's quickly move on. There are some prerequisites. Currently I am using Windows operating system. You can use any Windows 10, 11 or Windows 7, whatever you need. And I will be using the Hyper-V virtual machine. You could use any, but in this session I will use Hyper-V. So therefore this is important for me to have it. I will enable and install Hyper-V. And then this is important that you should download Ubuntu server. So I will take you through step by step how to move on, and then we will install Ubuntu server on virtual machines, and how to install ERPNext version 15, and how to set up the production. So let's move back to prerequisite. Currently I am using Windows 10 and my Hyper-V is enabled. You can see this is my Hyper-V and it's enabled. Now I need to download Ubuntu server. To download Ubuntu server, you can see I wrote some script or text in the description. You will find it in the description as well. So where I mention all the link from where you will download that version. So just copy paste this and download this particular version. I already have downloaded it. Let me show you. I already downloaded on my desktop version, which is here. So I have next. You need to create a virtual machine and use the installation. Now let me create a virtual machine. I will go through my Hyper-V. I will just create, right click, virtual machine, click next. I will just name it i36T. Next, just keep the default values. Here you need to ensure that you are choosing the right network connection, because during the installation of Ubuntu you need to have internet to get updated version. So I'm choosing one. Next, here is the default setting, location of file, just click next. And here you need to locate the downloaded ISO file of Ubuntu server. So I will just click on file, browse from my desktop. It is here, and just click next and finish. So now my virtual machine is ready, but it's off. So to turn on, right click and click start. To connect, right click and click connect. So from here the Ubuntu installation is going to start. So we are here now, install Ubuntu server. So we have already downloaded. Now choose the default value. Now we are here. So now I'm just clicking enter here. Nothing, I'm not changing anything. And mostly we will go through the default values except two, which I am going to explain you in coming step. Here I'm just pressing enter for this language, and here is the important, as I said earlier, you need to update Ubuntu server. So choose this option, update and new installer, update to the new installer. Here is the important that you need to choose update and new installer. I'm just pressing enter. Choose the default value here, press enter. Same default value, no change, just click enter. Again, enter, and again. Here some information are appearing, you can just press enter to keep continue. Choose here done. All the default setting, just click on done. Click continue. Here is your name. Server name, I'm just writing server. The username i36T user. Password 123456 123456, and click enter or press enter. Here you no need to change any setting, just click continue. This is the important thing. Here you need to choose install OpenSSH, because the Hyper-V do not allow to copy paste commands from Windows to Hyper-V machine. So therefore I will use SSL OpenSSH. I will use install OpenSSH server to use PuTTY. I will use OpenSSH using PuTTY. So here the important is, make sure you are choosing this install OpenSSH server, and just move next, click enter. Nothing to choose here, just scroll down up to done, click on done, and here we go. Now the Ubuntu installation is in progress and is installing now. This will take about 3 to 5 minutes to install, so to be patient and wait for finish installation. Now Ubuntu server is installed. What I will do it, I will just choose reboot and press enter. The machine will restart. Now still the OS is updating and installing some prerequisite for Ubuntu. So let's wait for some time till it's asked me to log in. Now you can see that Ubuntu is installed and is asking me the login ID. So my login is i36T. Enter. The password is 123456. Enter. Now I'm logged in. Clear. And the first thing you need to know what's your Hyper-V machine IP. So I will just type this command to know the IP address. You can notice the IP is 192 is .168.1.148. so this is the IP. Here is the important. Now the VM and Ubuntu server is installed up to here, following these all steps. Now next step is to install ERPNext. So to access ERPNext, Hyper-V doesn't allow to copy paste. For example, if I move back to my script, this is my script, and if I copy this command, copy, and try to paste here, I cannot. So this is some kind of restriction, just this happened on Hyper-V. So therefore I will use putty to access this machine. So to do so, I already installed putty. I will just access this machine through the IP address what I mentioned, 192.168.1.148. basically there is some information that I would like to share you. Basically the SSH is already enabled on this machine. If you remember, while installing the Ubuntu, I said just click yes for open SSL server. So because of that, this SSL is already open in this, and I will directly use putty to access this machine. So I just enter the IP address of this machine, and the port is 22, which is default. I will just click open. This will ask me some certificate. I will say accept, and same. Now if I say i36T and my password, which is 123456, so I'll log in. And here if I try to copy paste my commands from here to here, right click, so it will paste here. So this is the reason that I'm using putty here. Otherwise, if you are using some kind of a virtual machine which allow you to copy paste from Windows to this, you may use it. You no need to have this putty and open SSL. So moving now, I'm just minimizing this because I will not use this terminal anymore, but I will use this putty terminal. Let me change some settings so it will be more clear and visible. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just starting to install ERPNext from this, install ERPNext version 16. So to do so, what I did, I created this script file, which is already, I created this script file. To install ERPNext, I created this script file, which is already in description. You can just copy and paste each command, and to install ERPNext, I wrote some ready commands. You may just copy and paste from this file or from description and just copy paste here on that particular terminal. So moving that, the important in this script, as I said, this is the quick installation. What you will do, there are some variables I mentioned, such as if you notice, what is the Ubuntu server? This is kind of variable. You will find it in the script, such as like here, Ubuntu server user. So Ubuntu user, basically what you need to do, you need to change this text from whatever you desired or your user. Similarly, there is one folder which I wrote something like this, so I can easily replace this text to my desired folder name or username or site name. So basically, for quick installation, what you can do it, just find this and replace your user. My user is i36T, replace all. Similarly, my folder, branch folder, I prefer to have the same Frappe Bench, replace all. And similarly, my site would be i36T. So I just find and replace the text. So if you notice, all my text is get changed automatically. I no need to change every time when I copy paste. So this script would be ready according to these variables. So now quickly let's start. Just start copy paste. Now this is my file and this is my terminal. So what we'll do, I will just copy this line, paste here. Password 123456. Here I will restart the all services. I will choose one by one and just click OK or enter. So now the second command, just copy and paste here, enter. Third is install Python. Another command, just copy and paste. Now the next command for MariaDB. Now we need to secure installation. The password 123456. You can write whatever you need. Here is the important. You need to set some values such as socket plus yes, password for SQL MySQL 123456. Change the password here. Press new password. I'm writing 123456 all the time just for the demo purpose. Press yes. Disallow remote user. You can, it's up to you. If you want to access database remotely, say no, otherwise yes. I'm choosing yes. Remove test database, yes. Privileges table, yes. So now this is secure. Now moving next to some libraries of MySQL. Just copy and paste. Now next you need to modify this file CNF. Now next you need to modify the CNF file. So to do so, now next you need to modify 50-server.cnf. So to do so, just copy and paste. The nano editor will open. Make sure you are here under this server tag. Copy this text from here up to here, not the server tag, and just paste here. Right click, remove these spaces. Make sure you remove these spaces. Second, my ID, which is here down. Right click, remove spaces. The last thing is important. You need to remark two lines, which is here. These two lines, make it remark. The next important is you need to remark two values which is already we mentioned here, the character set server and the collision of server. So which is already here, I will just mark it. It's here. Yeah. Press Ctrl S, Ctrl X to exit. Now just copy this command and restart SQL services. Now the next you need to install Redis. Now the next, this basically already installed with Windows Ubuntu server. This error come, basically this is already installed, it's come with Ubuntu server. So I'm moving to the next, just copy paste. Set the source profile and VM. Now next, install npm and yarn. Now next, installing Yarn. There are some required PDF libraries, just copy paste. Now up to here the PDF libraries are done. Now next we need to install the Frappe Bench. So just copy paste the commands, enter. Now the next, just copy and paste. Here you are going to install Frappe Bench version 15. The important is here, you no need to change any folder name since you already have replaced the variables at the start of installation. If you remember, I mentioned that there was the bracket and I replaced find and replace. Let me show you. So this line number 74 is replaced at the time when you find and replace here. So basically what happened is, this is my folder name, this is my username, and this is my site name. So up to now, if I move back to line number 74, so basically this is my folder name where I'm installing the Frappe Bench. So therefore I'm not changing anything in this, and I'm just copying and pasting it in order to quick install. Here is one important point I would like to highlight. If you notice, when I execute this command, I did not mention the folder name. Basically this is the folder name, which is Frappe-Bench. So this is my folder name where I am installing Frappe Bench. If you remember, at the beginning of this installation, I find the text and replace with my value. So basically the purpose of that find and replace was to not to change every time in each command, and just it will allow, or it will help us to just copy and paste the values or commands from here into my command editor without any change. So it will help us to install quickly. Similarly, you can see there is cd, this is the folder name, my site, basically this is my site name, already i36t.com in the script. This all because of I find and replace all the values initially. So up to here the Frappe Bench is installed. There are some warnings, but no need to worry. Just copy this command and move to your folder. Now I am in Frappe folder. Just create a new site. Remember this i36T coming from the step I followed at the beginning of this installation. Now next you need to create a new site. Make sure your site is right, and the next step is the next step is the bench. The next step is to create a new site. Just to remind you, this text I already replaced at the beginning of this video. I'm just copying and pasting here. My site name is i36t.com. Press enter. It will ask me the MySQL password, as I stated earlier, 123456, my demo password, and it will fuck. The next, let me clear this terminal. Now next I need to create a new site. Make sure i36t.com, which I already replaced, is there. So I will just copy and paste. Just copy and paste your new site. Press enter. That's MySQL password. So here copy and paste to create your site. SQL's password. To create your site, copy and paste. My site name is i36t.com. Now you need to create your site. My site name is i36t.com. I will just copy this text, paste, MySQL password, which is 123456, enter. So the next is you need to create new site, and if you remember, initially I replaced this name, so I no need to change in this line since I already did at the initial stage of this session. So I will just copy and paste to create this site. Now you need to create a new site. Just copy paste this command. If you remember, we already changed the site name i36t.com and press enter. MySQL password 123456, enter. Now you need to specify the administrator password. This is the website password once you will log into ERPNext. So the administrator password you are defining here. So I am writing here again the same 1 2 3 4 5 6 for the demo purpose. This is re-enter 1 2 3 4 5 6 and enter. Next, this is the website. Let's copy and paste the host name. So I no need to change anything again, just copy and paste this command, press enter. The password for roots 1 2 3 4 5 6, sometimes it's ask. Again there is rights, copy and paste. Copy this command to install ERPNext version 15 on your website. This will install version 15. Basically this command is installing the version 15, ERPNext version 15. This will install ERPNext version 15 with the core modules. However, you can add more as per your need, such as I will install here payments and HRMS. You may add more as you need. Now the next command, copy, paste. Now it's downloading the payment module. For HRMS, copy, paste, enter. Now I have downloaded the ERPNext and some modules. Now these modules I am going to install on over my website. So again, just copy and paste this command. Now installing the payment module on my website. Similarly, HRMS module. Now to set the current site, you need to use this command: copy, paste, enter. Now second, you need to clear cache. This is safe site, not mandatory. And the last, we need to start bench start. So before applying this command, Now the next is the bench start. Before bench start, let me open the browser and let me show you what will happen. Basically up to here the website as a development version is ready, but let me open the browser. Now the next command is bench start. Just copy and paste. So the bench will start and the ERP is ready to use, but keep in mind this is a development mode, and you can read this command. This is your website URL, which is my IP, but port is 8000, which is default. Let me show you. Let me open my browser and let's access this website. So here is my browser. Copy paste the URL and enter. You can see that my ERP is ready to use, but keep in mind where we are on development. We still not set up the production. So up to now we have done the installation ERPNext, but this is on development. Now next is we need to set up a production server. To do so, let me switch to the command and my script. So from here the ERPNext production setup will be done. So from here as of now we have installed ERPNext and this is on development mode. Let's proceed for the production server. Set up the production server. We need to apply some commands. Similarly, the script is ready. Let me move to the script. So now to do so for production. For production, you need to go back to your. Now next you need to stop bench. Once you will stop, Control C. So remember your website will be stopped because this is in development version. You cannot access it because you start. For example, if I start again, I can access back. Right, so for production I have to stop bench and make sure you are in this folder Frappe Bench, which is where I install my Frappe. Now next is this is the command for supervisor. Copy and paste. Now next you need to enable scheduler. Now add host. Maintenance mode off. The third command for schedule resume. Setup supervisor. Install CERT board. Basically these all required for SSL and hosting, the host domain. The next, some sudo version. Again there is a production startup. You need to just copy paste the commands. Make sure your folder i36T, this is your folder which we already replaced earlier. So this is the advantage that I copy and I replace all my text. This is the advantage that I replace all the text. So now I no need to change any text. This all folder name and everything is there in this script. You need to just copy and paste. If I access my website on this port, of course it's not available. So here is supervisor is already exists, just press yes. Now next you need to migrate your website, copy and paste. Now the next is restart all the services. And finally clear the cache. Now if I access my website, this time I will not use this port. I will directly access my IP address or my URL. So this time I'm using this, and now the ERPNext-V15 version is ready to log in. I will use login ID administrator, and I mentioned the password was 123456 at the time of installation. Click login. Now this is the setup, welcome setup. Just click next, your name, password is 123456. Next, company name, my company, standard numbers. Just click complete setup. Now your website is ready. You may just access it and set up, start using. So now your website is ready, you can use it and set up. You can see there is data is available, accounting. If I move to the companies, this is working perfectly. And you can see from here about this is the version 15, all the latest version up to today. So this is the way how we can quickly install ERPNext version 16. Hope you like this video. Thank you very much. Goodbye. From here you can access your company, your chart of account. From here you can access your ERP. If I navigate to company, I can see all the data, navigating from one to other and so on. So this is how you can install ERPNext version 15 on Ubuntu 22.04 server. Hope this will help you. See you next time. Bye bye.